Hey legends, what's going on? Welcome to Party Time Motorsport. So from the first video you would have seen that this was me 97 VS Commodore Series 2, one owner, and we've started getting ready to do some mods and that to it, and we're also going to try and do like a bit of a budget type thing with this, but that's without including the parts that I've already got left over from other projects that'll fit this car. So the parts I'm about to show you were left over from another project, so they won't come out of the budget. When you're going to be doing some circuit racing, you're going to need one of these isolator battery stickers so they know where your battery is. You're also going to need these toe straps. You've got one at the front with your toe sticker there. And if we just go around the back here, also got this one here at the back with this toe strap as well. So, and those parts there that I showed you I already had left over from another build that I hadn't used, so they're not going to come out of the budget on this car. And I'll show you what else we've got. We've got some other parts too. So we also need to do something about the rear end, because it is just your open wheeler standard 308 ratio, and with circuit racing, well, it needs to be, let's just say, we need to liven up the back end a little bit with a bit lower diff gears. First off, I probably should have said we actually need some more traction, and then we go lower diff gears for acceleration. So we've got a mini spool to go in the diff center, so both wheels are turning at the exact same speed. And down here we've got the diff gears. The diff gears I'm going to be going in this, these are brand new. Diff gears I'm going to be going, they are 391 diff gears, so that should, so the 391 diff gears in the back should make it a bit more lively, and it'll also liven her up in the back end just to make her accelerate that bit quicker. And yeah, it is just an automatic, but we're going to fully manualise this so that it completely holds gears, so it won't change gears until I physically shift it up or down. A lot of people say you should have a manual because, you know, at the track we're going to be racing on, I'm going to be racing at Symonds Plains here in Tasmania, and if you know the track, it's bloody hard on brakes, it is, but with the auto I'm going to make up for that, because I am going to upgrade the brake rotors to like a slotted and drilled type deal, and put a good set of brake pads in there, something like a Bremtech or something along those lines, so it'll have good brakes to pull it up to make up for the auto. So now to the budget. With all the parts that I have, the diff gears, the mini spool, the front and rear toe straps, because I already had those, I don't have to worry about taking that out of the budget. But the budget, I'm going to try and stick to it as much as I can to see how far we can take this car with what we've got for. We're going to do like $5,000, so we should be able to get some pretty cool upgrades to get this thing up and running and getting it moving pretty well. And the standard steering wheel will be going away. I've already got a sports steering wheel here, but I do have to buy a Bosch kit for it. So getting a Bosch kit, you may as well say, what, there's $80-90 to come out of the budget there. And because the motor's pretty well standard, we'll have to get some extractors and put on it. We'll probably go some pacemakers, and we'll probably do a cat delete or put a high flow cat in there, and we're going to go 2.5 inch into a 3 inch muffler. And we're not sure if we're going to make up an aluminium or stainless steel plate and come out here and run 2 3-inch pipes out the seal panel, or whether we're going to come down the back here and make something that comes out the bumper, or whether we're just going to go twin 3-inch pipes out the back here somewhere. We are going to be putting a camshaft in this motor. We're going to put some valve springs in it, and possibly take the heads off and do some port and polishing as well, because I don't know if we're going to do what we want to do with this motor, whether we buy another motor and actually get another motor and like fully build it, because we want to go with a turbo setup type deal just to get a bit more power out of it to start with. I've got a mate who tunes these V6s. He can tune just the standard ECU in here. It won't be much for tune, but he said it'd be a lot more than standard, and we are going to raise the rev limiter so it doesn't do that awful mang, but when it does hit the limiter, it's going to hit hard, and it's not going to sound like your normal V6 when it does hit the limiter. And while we're at his place getting a tune and that, he's also got a VC Commodore with one of these V6s in it with a turbo, and it's partially built, and it makes 900 horsepower at the rear wheels, and it runs like 9-second quarters. He is aiming for 8s, and we're going to use some of his old setup, his old turbo manifolds and all that, off his other engine on this one. His old engine with all his old stuff on it was just slapped together parts that he done at home. The old engine that he had in there, it wasn't a built motor, it just had valve springs, you know, fuel pump injectors, a few other bits and pieces. His old setup made roughly 350, 400 horsepower from memory, like that. And we'll definitely have to do something about these wheels, considering we'll be going circuit racing and stuff like that, because they're just not going to cut the mustard. I just thought I'd give you an update on part 2 of this. We will be getting fairly well hooked into it in the new year. Like me working and that, I'm only going to have weekends off for us to do this sort of thing. But yeah, $5,000 is what we're going to start with. And if you like seeing these sort of things built, modified, all that sort of stuff, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the videos and things like that. So I'll leave it there, and yeah, stay tuned for part 3, which should be in 2023. So part 3 2023, how cool is that? So until then, guys, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, follow along. It'd be muchly appreciated if you guys want to see more of this, and we'll also get some action of this at the track and that once it's all up and running. So alrighty then, guys, well, thanks for watching, and yeah, subscribe, like, do all those crazy things, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.